But now a meeting held this week by the ODM MPs, and they officially made their demand that they will demand for zoning of regions where UDA will not be allowed to go and vie for such positions. Do you feel that this could be a problem in the run-up, or at least in the negotiations for the coalition?
It is not going to be a problem. It is going to be one of the factors to guide the formation of the coalition, and it's not going to be new. It has already been respected in the previous by-elections, because you remember UDA withdrew their candidate in Magarini and left Kasipul and is it to Kenya? No, not to Kenya, for ODM. And ODM did not field a candidate in Malaba, did not field a candidate in Bere North, did not field a candidate in Baringo, did not field a candidate in Banisa, and did not field a candidate in Isiolo. So naturally, the traditional strongholds of the two parties will not be affected once the coalition comes in. So what ODM are pronouncing is a fact of statement that is going to guide the agreements. I don't think ODM will even come and field a candidate in Bomet Central constituency in Bomet. It is not possible. It will be UDA. And I don't think UDA is going to field a candidate, say, in Ugenya. I don't think it...
There are zones that are considered probably battle grounds, places like the coast, and even some parts of Western Kenya, where ODM has predominantly been the biggest party for decades. Now we're seeing UDA making inroads there. Are you saying that...
No, I would want to believe, I would want to believe that this does not mean there will be a distinct electric boundaries between ODM zones and UDA zones. There would definitely be overlapping zones where we have mixed membership of UDA and ODM. It would be undemocratic to deny those people the opportunity to exercise their democratic rights. So there might be zones which are democratically battleground zones.
Where both parties will field candidates.
Both parties can field candidates. It might be possible to arrive at that, but of course, we cannot preempt and we cannot predict the nature of the infrastructure and the agreement that can be done. You know, sometimes parties can conduct an opinion poll in a constituency that say, for example, Emuhaya constituency, there is a presence of ODM and UDA, but through a scientific survey, you can estimate that or establish that ODM here has got 60% support and UDA has got 40%. And the parties can mutually agree that instead of UDA fielding, let's leave it to ODM. So there will be a lot of scientific tools that will be applied to bring harmony, to ensure that voters are not disenfranchised and also the parties are not affected, because a strong ODM in the 14th parliament together with a strong UDA in the 14th parliament will be a very good foundation for the broad-based government. And you know, the broad-based government will be engaging in serious business in the last 5 years of the term of President William Ruto.
And even to continue with this conversation, I'd like to invite Meshak Odede into the set. Karibu sana Bwana Odede. Bwana Odede is a social and political commentator and also a member of the ODM party, which is demanding for zoning. But yes, Bwana Sossion, you were finishing your contribution on that.
So fundamentally, the statement that was made by ODM yesterday is an administrative fact and a parameter that will guide the establishment of the coalition. And of course, it is what has been practiced in the by-elections, and it will be practiced in any by-election that will ensue before 2027. Yes. And it is what will be practiced on the 10th of August, because respect for one another as parties in a coalition is key. And it will not be right to go and overturn the party or ruffle a party you are together within a coalition in a traditional.
Don't you think that there will be so many people who will feel disenfranchised if such an agreement is done? For example, the UDA Secretary General is interested in the gubernatorial race in Mombasa, for example, where the ODM party leader is currently governor and is eligible for a second term. That has been considered an ODM zone. Yet UDA has always been interested in such
If
positions.
a decision is arrived through organs of both parties, that decision will be binding. And that decision shall have nothing to do with personal interest of individuals, but the interest of the party, the parties in the coalition, and the interest of the country. Okay. So there are decisions that are taken. You may not like it, but you will have to live with it because it's a decision that is meant to strengthen the coalitions. And of course, in such a coalition arrangement, there are many opportunities and roles.
But there will be casualties.
That individuals, of course, there are casualties in an agreement.
Okay.
When people agree and they come together, those who don't believe in that coalition will definitely dissent. Mm-hmm. But even if they dissent, they will be very weak voices and they will be inconsequential.
All right. Let's welcome one moderator into this conversation. But I want to look at the other side of this demand for zoning.
Yes.
That ODM, the real ODM and the Raila Odinga would not have been concerned about saying that we have to